Hey, my name's Katie Davis. I'm also known as Katie Big Toys, and welcome to SpankU. Today, we're talking about feeding your creativity. The artistry and innovation of content creation is my absolute favorite part. The longer I spend in this industry, I find it exhausting sometimes to measure success through income or followers. But one thing I can always develop and improve upon is my artistic ability and deepen my body of work. I live for that feeling that what I'm making now is the best thing I've ever made. So if you feel like you're making the same thing over and over again, take a pause and see what you can do to elevate that content and push the envelope creatively. In this video, I'm going to talk about balancing experimentation with what works, integrating things that visually interest you, and having a varied creative diet to create the best kind of content you've ever made. Play with your freedom inside of the space of what you know works for you and your audience. You can crunch this data. You should know what trigger words, what niches, what acts on camera guarantee a big selling PPV. Once you know what will guarantee the good performance of a PPV, you can play creatively with the rest. For example, I make big toy videos. So if I include a really big toy in my video, that video is gonna sell. And I can do whatever I want with the rest of it. Sure, there's costuming, there's location, there's script, but there's many other elements of a video that I can play with as well. Have you tried experimenting with color, the type of camera you use, editing and post-production, putting words over the video, changing the lighting, playing with music, telling a narrative visually without dialogue, using lots of dialogue, or the format you sell the video in? Challenge yourself to build something that hasn't been built before. What's the missing element of this video that's gonna make it something you don't have in your collection, something that maybe nobody else has done before? You don't even need to go in with a plan. Sometimes my best solo videos are just because I have a cool piece of costuming or a toy I've never used before, and I really try to think about what kind of world I can build around this element to create a cohesive, creative videoscape. There is a way to sexify anything. As long as you know what your audience will like and you include that in the video, you can go crazy with the artistic side. I personally sneak it in. My audience might not even know that I'm selling them what I consider an art film because I use all of the trigger words in the title that sell it as something raunchy that they're just gonna love and eat up. And then when they open the video, they see that I've made a cute short film project that fulfills my creative drive and doesn't compare to anything that any other creator is making. Ask yourself how you can involve weird niche things that you like into a video. For example, I love dinosaurs. I did a Laura Dern Jurassic Park cosplay with a toy, a tapestry, the lighting, the sound effects, the music from the movie. I got a toy that is shaped like a rocket ship because I love outer space. And I bought an astronaut helmet and wrote it. I've never seen anybody else do that. I love Gaspar Noé films. I took a normal video and I messed with the color grading and turned up a grain so it looks like this rainbow videotape. And it just took a normal solo video into being something that felt super inspired and different. Some other examples. I know girls that advertise their exclusive sites by integrating their own hobbies, like doing pottery. They promote that on their Safe for Work channels. I know another girl who DJs and she puts her explicit content over her music mixes. I know girls that garden and post their vegetable harvests in between cute selfies on Instagram to promote their personality. Go with what you're already doing. What feels authentic to you is going to be easy and inspiring. Figure out how to integrate it into your paid content, and you might find yourself inspired. As for a varied creative diet, multimedia influences can be seeds for inspiration. Leave the format that you're in and look everywhere for those inspiring bursts of creativity. I always say you're never gonna develop creatively just scrolling TikTok all day. You need to watch films, you need to read books, go to galleries, look at fashion, whatever media it is, you can integrate it into your paid content. I collect inspo by screenshotting everything on my phone that tickles my creative brain, and I cull little albums that I can then rearrange into themed mood boards that can become Pinterests, that can storyboard my videos. Be open to collaboration with people that may not be performers. Safe for work streamers and vloggers, film people, photographers, artists of all kinds of formats could be equally inspired to work on a project with you. You don't need to be limited to just the adult industry space. To summarize, look for inspiration in all kinds of places. Follow your heart, be authentic, and experiment. And be smart about what's gonna make you money and play around in the in-between. Experiment so you can keep your creative brain fresh. Again, my name's Katie Davis. I'm Katie Big Toys and Toy Crazy Katie everywhere. Thank you so much for watching SpankU. And if you're making really, really interesting, not safe for work content, please contact me. I live for innovation and fresh artistry in the space. Challenge yourself to innovate and push what